money I spent throughout my lifetime on them bad bitches and that white wine. Where did
what
you
is up,
go?
guys? Welcome
So
to another
fast,
episode of Maximilian Must Know. Today we've got my third Amouage fragrance review for you guys, and this one, to me at least, is the best of the bunch. This is called Interlude, man, and for me to say this is my favorite is saying a lot because I really like CL and I really like Jubilation 25. Others that I plan on getting from the house are Reflection Man, Beloved Man, Fate Man, Epic Man, and Memoir Man at the right prices. I also would like to get a few from the Library Opus line, and you know, at some point I'd like to get one of their Attar fragrances as well, which I think most of those are discontinued. I'm a really big fan of this house, and I would have to call it probably a top 3 niche house for me. I think Amouage, Les Artisans, and Frederic Malle are probably my 3 favorite niche houses, and if I had to name a 4th and 5th, it'd probably be Creed and Xerjoff, but I've got to get my hands on some more from Xerjoff in my collection. But Adriana from Decant Shop sent me a sample of this recently, and it just blew my mind. I knew immediately that I needed a bottle and put it down on my to-buy list, and when I saw that FragranceNet had 100 ml of this for about $190 with the coupon, well, that made picking this scent up a very easy decision. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the Amouage house, check out the video that I did on CL Man. This is a house that started in Oman in the early 1980s, and they have some roots in London as well. To me, they make Middle Eastern fragrances with a sort of Western spin on them. They're very high-end, very rich, and very decadent, and they're acclaimed for the quality of frankincense that they use in their compositions. So anything that they make that has incense in it as a note is going to be pretty good quality, even if you don't like the scent. Now, Interlude Man was released in 2012 with a man's version and a female version. The goal was to evoke a sense of disorder while maintaining a sense of balance and tranquility by using frankincense and myrrh. Christopher Chong, who serves as creative director for the house, says, "I interpret what I see and feel into scents. All the social and natural chaos and disorder surrounding us today can be translated into a much more intimate level. The interlude moment is a reflection of all the trials and tribulations one overcomes to sustain personal satisfaction and achievement." He also explained that for use of ingredients, Amouage has established an enviable reputation for reinventing a custom scent. Frankincense and myrrh traditionally smell spiritual and religious, but in Interlude they've been reconstructed to feel contemporary yet sophisticated. That was a quote. And I totally agree with that. They took 1,000-year-old materials here and made them smell sophisticated and modern. Now, if you don't want to wait to find this fragrance discounted, you can always find Amouage at the usual suspects. In New York, you can go to Bergdorf, Min, Oswald, Twisted Lily, etc. And online, Lucky Scent stocks Amouage. And they have this one, of course. A 50 ml of this will run you $250 if you don't get it discounted, and 100 ml will run you $300. Both do come in eau de parfum concentration only. And the perfume on this project was Pierre Nigrin. He's done a couple other scents for Amouage, as well as a lot of other fragrances, including Sean John's Unbelievable, or I think Unforgivable, one of the two, I think it might be Unforgivable, and Polo's Black. The notes on this are going to be bergamot, oregano, and pinto berry oil at the top. We've got amber, frankincense, opoponax, cistus, and myrrh in the middle, and leather, oud, patchouli, and sandalwood in the base. So a lot of big, rich notes in this fragrance, and that will be evident as soon as you get a whiff. Now, as far as presentation goes, I mean, what a beautiful box this is. Different than your typical Amouage boxes. This has a beautiful, beautiful sort of abstract, modern artwork, along with the batch code in the back. On the top, it says Eau de Parfum Man. You have the seal and the name of the fragrance here. Some information on the bottom. And it pops out like so. So if you want, you can store your fragrance this way, which is pretty neat, I think. So just one of the best boxes I've ever seen, and the bottle is no different. It is dark blue. It says Interludes on the sides. It has that Amouage crest and a magnetic cap. I don't know if that's a new thing for them since Fate Man, or this Interlude always had a magnetic cap, but it now does have a magnetic cap. And it's just a bottle to behold. It's heavy glass. The cap is heavy. It just looks so regal sitting there on a shelf. To me, this is one of the best presentations I've ever seen in a fragrance. And let me say this, if you're looking for a dark scent, I mean something to really hold you down during the fall and winter, and a scent that's different than some of the more popular scents on Sephora shelves, I highly recommend for checking this guy out. For me, this and Black Afghano are my favorite dark scents out there, and I've got to be honest, personally, I think this is better than Black Afghano. Better presentation, more of it, and same potency, if not more, but it's also very different than Afghano. What I get out of this at the top is if someone took allspice oil and just cooked it to the cusp of burning, sort of browning it with a little bit of oregano thrown in it. So think dark and smoky, very dark and smoky, and even hints of burning high-end marijuana in a cigar. Yes, to me at least, this fragrance has a touch of a blunt smoke note to it. And that's what's at the forefront of Interlude. It's all about that. But then, as you go behind these scorched spiced oils, lives frankincense and myrrh, very high quality in both cases. So you have this almost sacred, smoky, sweet church feeling going on, and then in this fragrance, behind the spice oils. And then in the base, there's some sweetness, not syrupy, not sappy, just enough in the sandalwood, leather, and oud to really bring the spice and smoke together and harmonize this motherfucker. So that when you put it all together, you have this sweet, smoky, and spicy dark fragrance that is on a different level than anything else out there. There are some other intense fragrances in the Amouage library collection, quite a few. And the same with the Atars. But when you look at their regular release, the Beloveds, the Memoirs, the Silvers, the Jubilations of the world, to me, this is the most hardcore of the bunch and perhaps the showpiece of the group. Now, Jubilation 25 is nothing to sneeze at. That's a great scent, a signature scent for me, but that's more about dried fruit and booze. Jubilation is like a real dandy scent, something you could wear to host a New Year's Eve ball, in a castle. This scent just, Jubilation makes you just want to throw on a tux and floss it. This one is something you want to wear when you're doing some real evil shit, or just want to make a serious impression. This is an intimidating scent and a true power scent. This one says, I'm more important than you and I smell better than you. Motherfucker, everything I do is better than you. It's a dominating scent. The man who wears Interlude doesn't cut and run. The man who wears Interlude masters his own destiny and doesn't wait for fate to step in and play games. This is for a powerful man, not a man who wants to be powerful, instead a man who knows that he's powerful. Now, with that said, I would marry the woman that wears this because it's a very sexy scent regardless of who's wearing it. But I do think men will wear this better than women. It's very masculine in nature. Performance is fucking bonkers on this one. This should last 12 hours plus and project for 8 to 10 very well. And sillage is top notch. I think it's quite versatile, but it's not for everyday use. It might be a little too much for the summer or spring, although I think you could rock this any time of year if you use it in moderation. I think that you can wear this to work, again, with moderation. For me, it's a great night out or romantic scent with the right woman. If a woman likes Green Irish Tweed on you, there's a very good chance she's not going to like Interlude, but I would need a woman who loves Interlude because I love Interlude. Now, if you haven't already figured it out, guys, this is a 10 out of 10 for me with no hesitation. I'm as sure about the rating here as I was with Fahrenheit. This is my holy grail niche scent. Why? Well, let's break it down. The smell is just silly stupid. It's so dope and unique. And when the spotlight's on, this shit performs like Mike. Anyone, Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, Pack Guns, ridiculous. Also, you can get this in lots of different stores, and if you're patient, you can score 100 ml of this for less than $200. But as a side note, I'd pay $500 for this fragrance easily. Also, the presentation on this is just the noodles. A beautiful, beautiful kick-ass presentation. And the only one I think that might be better presentation-wise in the family is Fate. But again, this one has the magnetic cap now, so this one putting up a serious fight. Go out and buy this, folks. This is as good as dark scents get. And if you want to make a real good rotation of the craziest dark scents out there, for me, it starts with this Black Gemstone and Black Afghano. There's lots of other stuff out there you could add to that. Norn by Slumberhouse, Amber Absolute, rest in peace, by Tom Ford, Incense Oud by Killian, Amberum by Histoire Parfum, M by Pure Distance, Lone Star Memories by Andy Tower, Amber Oud by by Roja Dove. But I promise you guys, this is the fragrance you want to start with for a deep, dark, advanced fragrance wearer's scent. Unbelievable. So there you go. If you have anything else you want to ask me about this, feel free. I'm standing by my words on this one. 10 out of 10.
Lost money handling my loved ones' debts. Lost money in checks. Lost money in cash. Lost money when I lost my weed stash. Damn. Lost money in casinos. I'm talking about casinos. Imagine the money I spent puffing on that weed smoke.